So for note 6.1, we're going to be solving systems of equations. Now I know I don't have that written down as part of the title, but we're really going to be solving systems of equations. Okay, and we're going to do it by graphing, which is why I told you you're going to want to have Desmos available. Okay, now first of all, what is a system? All right, well, a system of equations, all right, is when you have, and I'll scroll down so you can see an example down here, is when I want you to find the solution and I give you more than one equation. Okay, I give you more than one equation at the same time. And you also have more than one letter. Like in these examples, you have an x and a y in each equation. Okay? All right, so when you solve a system by graphing, the solution is going to be where the two graphs touch or cross. Okay, so let's write that down. All right, so why isn't this working? All right, here we go. All right, so the solution to a system of equations is the point or points. Okay, so I can make that plural by putting an S. All right, is the point or points where the two graphs touch or intersect each other. Okay, so when you have one graph, the solution is actually the same thing as the x-intercept. But when you have two graphs at the same time, the solution is where the two graphs touch each other. Okay, so what I've done first here is I've given you a couple of pictures. I've already graphed these for you, just so we can get an idea of what we're looking for. Okay, and the first thing I want to know is how many solutions. How many times do these graphs touch each other? Okay, so you guys can answer by holding up your hand and a couple of fingers. How many solutions does the first graph have? The one with the circle and the line through it. Good, Maddie. Good. Yay. All right. Anybody else? Fatia, you with us, babe? All right. How many solutions? Good, Jacinda. I saw a lot of you guys. Okay. Yes, it crosses twice. So it has two solutions. Okay. Because, all right. And if I were you, I wouldn't try to make this fancy on your notes. Maybe just draw a circle with a line through it. Okay. It intersects two different times. Okay. Now, if I wanted to know what those solutions were, then I would need to look a little bit more carefully and get the ordered pair. Okay, so because they are points, make sure you are writing the answers as ordered pairs. Okay, so let's see. This one looks like -1, 2. And the other one looks like 3, -3. Okay, all right, look at the next one. They're both parabolas, right? One goes up and one goes down. Right, think about what you know about the ends. They just keep going. How many times, right? How many solutions, good Jacinto, you know where I'm going with this. How many solutions is this one going to have? How many times will they cross each other? Good, Anna. Yes, Anna, Hannah, Jared, Maddie, Delaney, awesome. Anybody else? Tyler, you still there, bud? All right, they're never going to cross. So this one is going to have no solutions or 0 solutions. So no solutions, you could write the word 0 solutions if you wanted to. All right, and so then remember we have a symbol for that. It is literally the no solution symbol. Okay, If for some reason you were ever asked to put your solution in fancy curly brackets, right, then remember that would look like empty curly brackets. Okay? All right, and last but not least, how many times do you think those two graphs touch or cross? Good, Jared. Jacinto, very good. Good, Fatia, Delaney, Anna, awesome. Okay, all of you said 1, and you are correct. Okay, so we have one solution. And I know it's kind of hard for you probably to see on your screen, but that is at 0, 5. Okay, that is at 0, 5. All right, but you're not always going to be given the graphs, okay? More often than not, you're going to be asked to find the solution and you're only given the equations, okay? So that's where we're going to pull up Desmos. All right, so I am going to split my screen here. Oh, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Hold on. Desmos. Try this again. Why isn't that shrinking? All right. Why is this being a pain? Interesting. There we go. That's what I wanted it to do. Okay, sorry. All right, so I have my two equations right here and I have Desmos over here. When you're using Desmos, the wonderful thing about Desmos that a regular graphing calculator cannot do is that you can type the equation in exactly how you see it on the paper. Okay, you do not have to try to get y by itself or anything like that. All right, so you need one equation in each line. Okay, and then once you have the equations in there, you can hide them, especially on your phone because it takes up so much space. And then you might want to zoom in, okay, so you can see the two graphs better. And when you click on a graph, okay, it doesn't matter which line you click on, all right, you should find the two gray dots, the two gray points where they cross each other, and click on them. And that will be the solutions. But you have to remember it's where they cross each other. It has nothing to do with the X or Y axis. It's where they cross each other. Okay, so once you know what they are, then you can come back to your paper, all right, and then literally write down the solutions. Okay. Okay, so then we're going to slide over here to number 2 and practice one more time. All right, so I'm going to bring up my equations again. I'm going to delete my old equations and I'm going to type in my new equations. Make sure you type in the equals, make sure everything. You cannot leave anything off. Okay, and then hide your equations. Hit the home button, especially if you've rearranged your previous screen, you want to hit the home button. And then remember, you just have to click on one graph. A lot of gray points might pop up, but the ones you need are the ones where the two graphs cross each other. Okay? Are you with me? All right. Now, if they're decimals, you're going to write down the decimals. But I want to caution you. The homework for this is in ALEKS. Okay? And ALEKS has very specific directions about rounding. They want you to round to the nearest hundredth. Does anybody remember how many places that is? The nearest hundredth. Good, Tyler. That good. Oh yeah, you guys got it. Awesome. That's 2 places after the decimal. So Desmos will give you 3, And typically we keep all three. But when you answer these questions in ALEKS, please pay attention to the directions in ALEKS. Okay, they're going to tell you they're wrong if you keep all three places. All right, so we would round to 2 places. All right, any questions on that? All right, now that's pretty much the whole lesson, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to include a couple of quick SOL type questions. All right, and so here's what you might see on an SOL. And I know not everybody has to take it, but I just want to put it out there. All right, this specific question says, what are the y coordinates for the solutions to this system? All right, well, you're going to solve it exactly the same way, okay? You're going to type the two equations in Desmos, exactly how you see them, okay? And then you are going to, you might have to kind of slide it around, you might have to zoom out. All right, so we've got a parabola and a line, and you want to find where they cross each other, okay? Now, that means our solutions are -9, -11, and 6, -26. But the question, you got to pay close attention, it said, what are the y coordinates? So please remember that the y coordinates are the second number in the ordered pair, right? The first one's the x, the second one's the y, and so you need to make sure that you would choose the appropriate answer, okay? Because A is tempting, but those are the x values, okay? All right, and then again, you know, if you really want to write all of this down, you can run back through the video after I post it, but it's really just a matter of you just listening right now. All right, and so then the last one I have is a similar type SOL question, but this time it asks for the x coordinate only. So we're going to type in our question, 2 different lines. Okay, and I might hit home to kind of make it bigger and then click on my 2 points. All right, so even though the 2 points, right, if it wasn't a multiple choice type or select all, then you would need both parts of it. But this question specifically asked for the x value. And remember, those are the first numbers in your ordered pair. And so you would select the appropriate answer choices. Okay? Any questions on graphing or solving systems by graphing?